It's July 3rd, 2022, and we're in my Zone 5B backyard, and things are growing. It's really nice. Let me show you what I've got. First, we have these morning glories, lots and lots of buds. They're so pretty when they open. They're doing well. We've got some cosmos. This one here is probably 30 inches tall now. And they've really taken over in these pots. As you can tell, I had put things in there like some gladiolus bulbs, and various other things, and then like the cosmos just started going wild. So got that. Here's tomatoes. I actually have a couple of tomatoes growing on this. I had just heard some advice from a YouTube video yesterday, noting that you really could like pick your tomatoes from the vine when they were like 35% ripe. And I may do that just because last year, as soon as things started getting ripe on the vine, they were being bitten by the birds. Here's some zinnias with a little bit of violas, which, I mean, it's just been, yesterday was hot, but other than that, like right now, it's probably in the upper 60s here in Colorado. There's one cosmos in there as well. I didn't pinch some of these zinnias. I did pinch others of the dahlias, and you can really see how things are just starting to bud up. It almost looks like giant lettuce leaves. I mean, it's just really, really pretty. Here's a tomato, and I think I pointed it out once before. What you can see down there at the very bottom, those three together are not tomatoes. Those are potato buds, just because it has been so wet and cool this spring that we actually got some potato fruits going. Some more gladiolus, which I think are the acidanthera ones. More cosmos. These ones those are probably like 18 inches tall right there. The gladiolus really have not done much. Here's another one of the morning glories. They are not kidding when they say that they'll grow. Like this one is topped out from its from its little bamboo pole. We'll have to figure out what to do there. Let's see. Even of the like 50 coleus seeds that I put in the ground, this is the one, literally one, that is sprouting up with a roly-poly bug next to it. Let's see, there's still a couple of radishes sitting in here that turned out very, very spicy. We've got some basil in here, and mostly zinnias and cosmos, with some buds happening again over here on the zinnias. I have yet to see a bud on a cosmos, but we'll hopefully see some soon. Here's even a few sunflowers. I think these ones are like autumn. I don't know. They're not just common sunflowers. I tend to not really like, just your plain old sunflowers. Looking forward to trying some sunflower steves next year. Look at that. There's a bud right in there. And here we go. It was a late starting little cosmos. This guy is probably 3 inches tall, and then we've got like 6 inches tall, and then we've got, much taller. And then here's the potatoes. Right, there's the buds on the potatoes here. These just started growing from something I had left in the garden as compost. And then a sunflower. So yeah, these of course are some leftover allium. The alliums are finally drying up there. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh, just really, like, there's morning glory, how pretty that is. I'm definitely going to do some morning glories next year and get them going, and maybe put them in some pots, but actually give them some structure. Yeah, just very pretty. And so far they seem fairly resistant to everything. I think one of mine was next to a pea plant and it caught some powdery mildew. There's the lilac shrub doing well. The roses are just pumping out blooms. I mean, especially this larger one here. this is a different, so this is a really pretty yellow. As you can tell, it starts nicely, like a nice yellow, and then it fades and gets, not really sure what's getting there, but that's pretty common that it fades like that. And then in the back we have two little yellow rose shrubs. Here's a supertunia that is in fact spreading and doing its thing here on the ground. It does get attacked by slugs occasionally, I've found. There's some phlox that is coming back from last year. I had 3 phlox plants last year. 1, 2, and then you can see that there's the tiniest little bit of one coming back from last year there, but not very well. I had gotten a couple of lily bulbs and just randomly shoved them in the ground, and here's one of them. The coleus that I put in about a month or so ago really has not done a darn thing. Snapdragons, this is from last year, and it came back. Of course, these are just little landscaping ones. Here is, in fact, another morning glory that I had just popped a seed into the ground to see what would happen. We will find out. This is actually a little cutting that I had taken from the supertunia over there, and it's not dead, but it's not doing anything. We've got some perennial salvia that it was, just something that I had grabbed last year on clearance. I think I'm going to move I think I'm going to move the white ones over to next to the rose bushes, because I had heard that can be very helpful for keeping your roses healthy. Look at this, still some daffodil foliage that has not died back yet. That's how wet and cool it has been. Look at this, with the coolness and the wetness, the rose. I think this is a knockout one maybe. But yeah, just look at that. It's happy. It's actually pretty amazing. It's the best it's ever looked. Even the hydrangeas that I had popped back here, they're definitely not getting enough sun. But they've come back for several years now, and struggled and tried to do something. I think this one here last year pushed one minuscule bloom, which is fine. And then a couple of gladiolus. Here's the black lace elderberry. Seems happy at this location. These are a couple of snapdragons that I had. These pink ones are ones that I actually put in this year. And I am going to try to save some seeds here from this one because it's really cute. And and if I can get it somewhere where it'll just come back, and just be somewhere where it's not going to be kind of a cutting garden thing anyways. Oh, this is exactly how cool it's been, cool and wet. I've got mushrooms. Yeah. All right, so this juniper struggling back here, so I decided I'm not going to do anything even to clean it out, because I think it's fairly decent habitat for bumblebees, and I'm getting bumblebees. I mean, I know it's definitely kind of wet and moist back here, but that would be a locale for a bumblebee, if anywhere, to build some nests. And there's a couple of gladiolus that I literally just shoved in here to see what would happen, and same with some lilies. And I did indeed get, you can see these are leftovers, a couple of blooms, and then here's another one. Yeah, and the intention for this bed was just to literally leave it 100% the way it was, because my experiment for next year is to see which, if any, of the tulips and daffodils that I had put back here would come back if I left this alone. All right, one little glad over there in the corner. We'll see if anything happens there. So, and of course, my kraken of a willow shrub, and the smaller one that is, it's doing something. It seems happier back here than it was. But let's finish up just looking at this rose shrub again. How beautiful. Thanks for joining me. If this is my nephew Kyle, I love you, hun. Bye.